Okay, this video is very random. I kind of decided to record it like 10 minutes ago, and it'll probably be 20 minutes long. Hopefully the GoPro doesn't die, but this is going to be a little update / story on my project truck. For those of you who don't know, I got a barn find 1987 Ford F150 XLT, I think, XLT, and I got it from my neighbor. It's been sitting in a barn since 2011. I'll insert a picture now, but that was it in the barn. Obviously it's not in the barn anymore, it's currently at my house, but I'll walk you through like what's happened with it so far. So about 2 months ago I got it, about 600 bucks. Didn't run or anything since it's been sitting since 2011. I put a battery in it, and I was getting it to crank over. I think I have a video. If I do, it'll be right now. See how she'll go. Anyways, if not, I got it to crank over. I put gas in it, and well, I put gas in it and gas was pouring out the bottom of the tank. So I put in a new gas tank, new fuel pumps, new fuel filters. I also changed all the oil. That was like the first thing I did. I changed the oil because it was black, and so I changed I changed new fuel system pretty much. Yeah, I'll put up some pictures now of like the fuel tank and stuff, and how it looks if I have any. If not, the video will just continue. Yeah, but anyways, I did that, and then I still wasn't able to get it to start. I went through all the spark plugs and I just couldn't figure it out. And so I had my friend Patrick come over. His dad's a mechanic, they have a shop. I had him come over to try to help me get it started. And so the one day, we spent all afternoon trying to get it started. We sat there, we couldn't get it to go. And then for some reason, eventually, like, we sprayed enough starting fluid in it to where we could get it to crank. Because it would start on starting fluid, but it wasn't getting gas out of the gas tank. So like, you could just spray starting fluid and get it to go. And so, one of the times we tried starting it, I was like, hey, you know, we're about to give up. Just spray it with starting, just keep spraying it. See how long we can just get it to go. Keep running. And well, he started spraying it, and all of a sudden the engine just started running away. What that means is the engine just started revving up really high, and he stopped spraying, and it was still doing it. So I shut the truck off, and we were like, dude, it was just running without any starting fluid. So then I'll insert a video now of we tried to crank it up again, and it started up. So here's the video. So anyways, we started it up, we got it started, and then we started up, and then pretty much we drove it back to my house, and yeah, we got it running. And so since then, I've just been slowly fixing up and doing some work on it, and trying to get it roadworthy. So I'll stop this part of the video here, and then I'm gonna open the hood and kind of go through everything that I've done to it so far. Alright, so here's the truck now. This is what it looks like today. So the first thing I did when I got it was, after getting it back to my house, was I had to get new wheels and tires because the other ones were shot. So I got these 30-inch MTs on some nice bullet hole rims. I so badly wanted bullet hole rims. Then after that, the next thing I did was I put a front leveling kit on it, so it brought the front end up to because before, with these tires, they were pretty much in the wheel well because the truck sat slanted down. So I bought a leveling kit, brought it up so it sits level. I then pulled out, this had a a huge plastic old crusty bed liner in it. I pulled that out and rhino lined the inside with like a rubber bed liner, and it turned out really well. I'm really happy with how that turned out. So I also had to do a new master cylinder because, well, here's a story. The day after I put these wheels on, I had to go get an alignment because with the leveling kit and these wheels, the tires were slanted in. And so my old master cylinder was leaking, and I knew that, so I just kind of kept topping it up here and there. Well, I forgot to top it up when I went to go drive to the shop to get my alignment, because you know that's something you have to take it to a mechanic, like a proper shop to do. And on the drive home, well, I almost died. I lost all my brakes and almost rear-ended somebody, which was not fun. Thankfully, I was able to lock up the brakes somehow before I hit them, so I didn't hit them. But after that, I got home and immediately got a new master cylinder, put that on, and then I bled all the brakes. You should have seen the brake fluid coming out. It was like rubber tar almost, instead of being like a liquid. But put a new master cylinder on. I had to get a new horn, so of course, to be obnoxious, I got a train horn, because that was the one thing I figured I'd probably need in case I ever lost my brakes again, to notify people. New engine belt, because the other one was super old and shot. Obviously new air filter, new battery, and then funny, I'll tell you the story about my new top coolant hose here in a minute. But new windshield wiper motor, new windshield wipers, because that didn't work either. Here's the interior. I need to get a new bench seat eventually, but it's not too bad. I have this thing up here because otherwise it gets super hot and I don't want the dash to crack. But it's pretty cool. It looks good. My favorite part is these little windows. They literally blow air right at you. I forget what they're called, but they don't make them anymore, which is a shame. But it's also straight piped. I will insert a video now of what it sounds like. Me and Patrick, my buddy Patrick, I took it to his house. We cut the muffler out. I still need to cut out the cats so that it's louder than it already is, but it is a V8. It's a 5.0, it's 302, so it's pretty much a Mustang engine, but in a farm truck. So makes for some cool, some fun stuff to do, some burnouts. Well, let me tell you the story about this coolant hose now. So about 2 weeks ago, I went on a trip with my best friend Jackson and my buddy Jackson, and we went to like the river. They rent a cabin on the river, and so we were there for the week, and I decided, you know what, the truck, this would be like a good test for my truck. It's an hour drive to the river, and we used it every day to like transport the kayaks and canoes from the spots we were fishing. And so I was like, oh, this will be a good test. Well, the one day I was driving down, we were coming back from fishing, I had the kayaks in the back, and I was driving, I started smelling something funny. And so after like 5 minutes, I look up at my dash, and my temperature gauge was maxed out at red. And so I pulled over as quick as I could, and white smoke just started pouring out the hood. So I had Jackson with me, and so we jumped out, popped the hood, and this coolant hose had split all the way down here and had blasted coolant everywhere. And so here it goes. Now here's the downfall so far of this truck. We're stranded on the side of the road, so we called his mom. We called AutoZone. They had the hose, so we had his mom take us to AutoZone. We got the hose. I thankfully had brought some wrenches with me, so we changed the hose on the side of the road. Holy crap, that is a huge spider. And then we drove back to the house and it was doing good. But over the next like few days, we noticed it was still overheating. And so, I mean, obviously that wasn't happening before until the hose broke. So I was like, man, why is it overheating? I mean, I have a new hose and everything, and it's getting coolant. And so what we think happened is when I was driving, I don't know how long I ran for it maxed out without realizing the coolant hose had broken. And so what we're thinking is I might have blown a head gasket in the engine, which if I did, that means I'll have to take it over. What I'll probably do is I'll take it to Jackson's house because they have all the tools, because his dad used to be a diesel mechanic. Take it over to Jackson's house. We pretty much have to, well, I'll probably pull the engine out of here and we'll have to take it apart and strip it down and replace all the gaskets. I'll probably throw a new set of headers on here, some long tube headers, and get a real good sound out of that. But yeah, unfortunately, that is the status of the truck right now. She's kind of just sitting because, well, blown head gasket. So I mean, I can drive it, but every time I do, it overheats within a good while. So it's unfortunate, but it's the issue with buying a truck that, you know, sat for 11 years. You're gonna have these issues. So I would love to just take this thing and just give it a good cleaning, clean everything up and wash it all down. When we pull the engine, I'll probably do that. But yeah, that's the status on it right now. Unfortunately, she's kind of just dead in the water. She's not dead in the water, but I don't really want to drive it because I don't feel like dealing with it overheating every 30 minutes. But it's quite the project. She's coming along good. It is a money pit. I probably have close to $2 grand in it right now. So I've been working like a madman. But yeah, it's a fun project. I have to say, it is definitely the coolest feeling ever. Driving a square body, especially cowboy hat and all. It is. This is what completes me as a cowboy. This is what, like, when I'm dressed up in my cowboy hat and stuff, this is what completes me, driving this truck down the road. But yeah, it's coming along. It's a project, that's for sure. Wasn't brand new, but it turned out pretty good. There's the old coolant hose. You can see kind of how it's split down the center. There's like 1 million bottles of coolant back here from when it did. I'd love to get the interior all cleaned up eventually. New bench seat, clean up all the flooring, probably get new side panels, just get it all perfect. Oh man, love the way these old doors have been closing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's about all on the update of the truck. I'll probably make another video in like 6 months about it and the progress on it. I'm probably gonna wait till fall to start pulling the engine and doing too much work on it, because one, I just don't feel like spending all the money on it right now. Like, I really want to, but I also would like to get a new bow for this year, which is gonna cost like $1,000. And then yeah, it's just, you know, it's a project. I don't need to rush everything right now, so I'll probably just leave it until maybe September. Yeah, probably September. Maybe late August, but September I'll get her back up and running. I'll probably turn it on, let it idle for a bit, burn through some gas. But yeah, it's the project, that's for sure. It's a fun one though. That'll probably be the end of this video, because I don't got too much else to say. That's the update on the truck. Close this door. Yes, the doors are so heavy. I'd like to get her repainted maybe someday, but costs a lot of money to. I got antique tags for it because she's an antique. She is an antique, and I also didn't feel like paying for all the stuff, like, and well, because if you get antique tags, you don't have to have an inspection. And if I had to get an inspection, I would fail pretty much every time, because this truck is definitely not that safe. But The frame's pretty good condition. It's got some surface rust, but nothing too bad. Yeah, I put new shocks on it as well. New shocks because my other one's broke. So it's got new shocks, back and front and rear. It's got new shocks on it. So she rides pretty nice. Fortunately, it's not four-wheel drive. That's the only gripe I have with this thing, is I wish it was four-wheel drive, because I mean, it's not too bad two-wheel drive. I mean, I can do donuts, still burnouts, but man, four-wheel drive, like, because where I live in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the forest, so you know, four-wheel drive would have been nice, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't know. I'm gonna get her all running, keep it. I might keep her, might sell it. I don't know. Definitely would like to get another square body if I did sell it, but I also have my other car and stuff, so yeah, it's not too bad. She's old, she's got some character to her, but yeah, that'll probably end this video. I don't know, I might record one with Jackson one of these days here soon. I don't know, I'd like to post some more videos here soon, but yeah, that's about all. So I'll catch you all in the next one.